Hey, good afternoon, everybody. All right, so got a package in the mail from 3Made. I figured I'd open it up here on camera and see what he has sent. I kind of got an idea of what one of the items is, because he wanted me to kind of go through it, check it out, make sure it was working like it should, and also go through and do a video on it so that he understands a little bit more of how to use it. So let's open this big old girl up and see what all he sent. Must have decided to open this up upside down or something, because he's got this taped from the inside. All right, but usually I'll open it up on the side that the label's on. So let's find out what all is in the package today. Okay. All righty. Well, let's get this big one out. Well, maybe some of these. Okay, empty boxes. I've used these before for packing. They work actually pretty good. Okay. All right, so BNK 520 transistor tester. I know he's played around with this a little bit and didn't have a lot of success with it unless he used this right here. Now, I started out with one of these about 27, 28 years ago, and um, they're a little interesting, especially if you're using them for power transistors, uh, because of the fact that it kind of shows a little bit of the current, the current draw and things like that. So um, there's good and bad with using one of these. Um, there again, um, at the time that these came out, they were actually a pretty vital piece of equipment, and pretty good. But there are some little quirks about them as far as being able to use them. Again, these aren't designed for the MOSFETs. They had a huge version, which I once upon a time had and sold it, that did a whole lot of other things too. So we'll take a look at this and find out what he wants to do with that. I think he said something about sending that to me for my use, because that's one of those nostalgic pieces that I once upon a time had. And then this big old behemoth. And this was the bee's knees back in the day. This is the B&K 2040 CB signal generator. And what's great about these was you hook up your coax and then hook it directly into your radio. You could adjust the amount of microvolts going into the receiver right here, and that way you could actually peak up your receive and do your alignment there. It also did have a modulation meter, which the modulation meter is not for your transmit modulation, but to allow you to go ahead and set the amplitude or the amount thereof. So, great little piece here. You've got your percentage here, AF, your AF adjustment here, obviously your main power. Now this feature here, as far as the 455 kilohertz, I think I've only ever used that one time on this unit. And I believe that is controlled by these two jacks here. So that's one of those where I'm going to have to pull up the schematic or pull up the user manual online and kind of read up on that. But like I said, I don't think I have ever used that but one time back in the day whenever I had one of these. But we'll go through it. We'll check it out, make sure that it works on all 40 channels. Actually, I think it goes up a little bit past 40 channels. I think it goes 41, 2, 3, 45. Yeah, so from channel 1 to 45. So it gave us actually quite a bit of a range as far as to be able to check different things for back in the day. And this is still actually a very viable piece to use for the 11 meter bands. But it was designed, primarily for CBs at the time. So we'll take a look at this a little bit later on another video, kind of go through it. And like I said, I'll read up a little bit because it's been a while. I use a more modern version. I use a Wayne Kerr RF signal generator for my purpose here in my shop. But this actually will still do for your regular alignments and what have you. It's still a good viable piece. So we'll open this up here a little later on a video and go through that, check it out, make sure it's all working. May even go back and clean that up a little bit. So maybe put a couple of screws in it because it feels like, yeah, that's loose. But let's set this off to the side and see if there's anything else in there, because with 3-mate, you never know what you may or may not wind up with. Okay, set of test leads with the old banana plugs on it for the transistor checker. Let's see. Ah, yes. Okay, function generator. Yeah, I know what he's wanting done with this. So yeah, I'll take a look at this, and because he's wanting to be able to go ahead and set or inject a signal into his radio. So I'll probably make him up a little jack where he can come out of this, hook directly into a converter, and then be able to go directly into his radio. So these are actually pretty cool. I don't know a whole lot about these. I looked into one of these a long ago. For me, I kind of prefer the bench style type of test equipment, but this still does the same, does the same thing. I've upgraded and changed some stuff around myself, but a lot of it is I try to use the bench style just because I can keep putting it further and further up on the shelves and then just bring cables down since I'm kind of limited here. But he's got multiple workbenches down there, so he has a little bit more room to go from one side to the other. All right, let's see what else. Let's keep digging. I know I sent him some goodies and some speakers for basic radio repairs, because I've got quite a few of them still on hand, and I don't sell that many of them as far as for replacements. It looks like he sent me some different voltage meters. Let's see what else we got here. Some of which I know he just doesn't know what to do with. AC milliamps. Okay, that's cool. All the way up to 500 milliamps in AC. That's pretty cool. Still got one of the original tags with it. Instruments that stay accurate. Well, I will say that Simpson is one of the best for that. And I've actually got an old Simpson meter like that I wish I had a set of leads for it, because I'd love to actually put it up for sale. I've got 2 of them, and just don't really need both of them. But very good and very nice. Definitely want to say thank you for that. Of course, now trying to figure out how to get that to fold back down into the box. That may be a little bit of a challenge. There we go. It's just where this box has got some age on it. Thank you on that, 3-mate. I know that's for me. Now I got to figure out what to use it on. Okay, another empty box. We won't worry about that. Hey, look, he lost his nut. Let's see what else he's got going on in here. There we go. I thought that slid. AC volts. We'll have to check and see. I don't know if that is 2, 3, 5 volts. I'll have to find out a little bit more about that meter, but that's cool. I don't know if this is the same thing or not. I know it's just in the same package. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I may have a use for that. Hey, Amazon came here too. Now I wonder what he's got in this. Let's see if that's it before I pull this off the table. Yeah, because that's just an empty box there. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Yay. Yeah, some of the stuff just keeps getting moved from, one tech to the next. Whenever we use something or we can't find a use for something anymore, we'll send it to another guy that maybe can put it to use. These are cool. I'd love to know what kind of equipment these came out of at one time. Looks like that's some kind of a pin converter. Philco, man, they've been around forever. They're actually still in business too. Got a dual meter, 8 watt, let's see, wattage, 8 ohms. So this is for your speakers. So it's one of those where I actually need to sit down and look at the look at a schematic as far as with how they're using these for the readings. But those are cool. Wire those into some kind of an old piece of electronics. Amp meter. Yep. Early, so cool. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we got some different meters and stuff to play with. Definitely want to say thank you, Mr. 3Made. And like I said, we've got some other videos that are going to be coming up. The big thing is on the, I think it's that 2040 for the RF signal generator. That's the big thing I know he's concerned about. So I'll get a few more things finished up here, and then we'll go ahead and get onto that. I've been working on a 2-pill base that actually has been sold. So we've got the palette already started. So it's going to have sideband biasing. And it's going to go in a really cool looking case when we're all said and done. But I'll surprise you guys with that a little bit later on. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on that next live feed, or on Patreon, or on our YouTube. All right. Take care, guys. Make sure to check us out on Patreon as well, or on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to both of them, please hit the like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it, and we will see you on the next video.